here.
May I respond to your comments that,
sure, go right
that
ahead.
you directed? First and foremost, since you pointed out and was specific in your trustee, you said Trustee Moore-Abrams, let me make my position to you crystal clear.
Go right ahead.
First and foremost, I am the only trustee sitting amongst the 7 who voted to let you keep your XO. The only one. Number 2,
What?
I said keep your XO and give us back in some benefits. You replied, we've given enough. That was your reply. Let me finish, sir. Number 2, I asked you for a better comparison because you continuously spoke about the fire departments in it was West Orange, Orange, and Maplewood. I said, give me a better comparison, something similar in size and population to South Orange. So you mean to tell me you did your research and you could not find a municipality similar size and population? Similar. No one said exact. In the whole state, well, I think your research has failed you. Number 3, I find it interesting, you know, here we've had a previous resident, and are you a resident, by the way?
No, I'm not.
Okay. We had a previous resident of
No, I'm
South
not a
Orange
resident,
who
but
just
in
complained about
1972
taxpayers
Okay.
having to pay more than 6.2 in tax dollars to live here in town in South Orange. We asked you merely to give us some suggestions. We said everyone has to make cuts. We don't want the South Orange taxpayers' taxes to be 13% where they started. We said, give us some suggestions. You said, no, I'm not giving anything back. I said, I'm willing to give you your XO because you convinced me that this position was vital. And I said, fine. If you can give back in benefits, it would be no problem. And finally, in regard to those benefits, and I understand that John Gross is still in negotiations, but those were my points. So if you'd like to point me out, that's fine, but just be accurate.
I will. What was question number 1? I'll respond.
Thank you.
What was question number 1? I'll respond. Give me, what was the question? I'll respond to that. I'll respond right in order to help you out.
You have the paper before you. You're the individual who used
You just asked me a couple questions, but you keep on waiting for...
I didn't ask you any questions. I told you what you said.
You know,
Give me the answer, and I'll please respond. I can't respond to a question without... You kept on going, asking me questions, but you didn't give me time to respond.
I made statements.
you know what?
Okay.
I don't think this is the time and place to get into it.
Okay, well, let me...
honestly.
I'll respond, okay. Go ahead. I'm listening.
If you want to make a kind of, on this point, because I know you have a second topic you want to
Sure.
talk about, and the hour's late, so you want to say something, just kind of a summary comment, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
But I don't think we need to go back and forth. You know?
Well, I think it has to be on camera. One of the responses, at least one of them. In 1972, there was a legislation that allowed every firefighter and police officer not to live in the community in which they serve. Now, it doesn't seem that you are, because you asked me.
I'm talking about taxpayers. We have a taxpayer who got up there and said taxes are out of control. So I'm saying to you, when we asked you to do a give back, you said you refused to do a give back to South Orange.
Miss Abrams.
So we have taxpayers that we also need to be concerned about.
Miss Abrams. Miss Abrams, I lived here for 27 years prior to moving out.
I just asked you a simple question.
I'm giving you an answer right now. 27 years. My parents were here for 35 years before they left in 1999. So I'm well aware of the situation. However, it seems that maybe I'm getting discriminated against by you. And I don't appreciate that.
I'll take my one vote back, and I take back the fact that you should have your XO.
Believe me.
So that I won't vote. I take your vote back.
Take it back, because your vote was facetious, and everybody on this board knows it. What you did was you asked if we could give back as far as our health benefits went. And I informed you, you're not listening. You are not listening.
Everyone has to give back.
You are not listening.
We cannot continue to have double digits in terms of our increases. The taxpayers are not going for it. If you listen to the gentleman who spoke, a couple of speakers before you, you would have heard he even thought 6.2 was outrageous. Everyone has to give back. Everyone, including the firemen.
Apparently, you didn't hear the statements.
I would suggest we go to part two.
Sir,
Apparently, you didn't hear the statements in there, was that the fire department gave back $200,000 last year in lieu of salaries, because there was 2 positions that were not filled. So there could be your money coming back.
Every year we pay taxes. So every year we must give back if it's necessary.
as a point of order, I would actually like to move on to this topic.
You know what, I'm not really satisfied, tell you the
I'm not
truth.
sure you're going to get satisfaction.
You know what, yeah, I'm probably allowed to respond.
With all due respect, sir, this is not a rebuttal.
I'm trying, but you keep on cutting me off.
Okay.
Go ahead, respond.
Just as I said again, if you'd like to make a summary comment about this point, but I don't really want to spend the rest of the evening going back and forth different that.
Believe me, I was not here ready to do that. However, I should have taken comments at the end. However, as far as our health insurance went, the town received a cutback or a savings from every city employee throughout the city based on their health benefits already, in the tune of about $500,000. Now, that money was saved. I don't know where it is, but I know that money was saved because I now have a lesser plan than I had once before.